Okay, so we're gonna do a card trick, obviously, because that's what I teach you. So we're gonna get into it, but first we need the stack of cards that's conveniently located inside of my pocket here. Ooh. So we'll just give him a good mix up. Okay, and I could mix these up, even maybe hand them to the spectator to mix up, and they'd be completely fine. Now, I of course want my spectator to choose a card. So let's say they choose this one, the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so they're remembering the Queen of Hearts, and it goes in the middle somewhere, and that is perfect. Okay, now I've got these two cards. They're the two jokers. Okay, so these two jokers are going to help me, and they're going to help me by actually finding your card for me. Okay, so here's how they do that. Okay, all I have to do is show you there's nothing in between. There's nothing in between the jokers. Okay, and now all I have to do is put them in the middle of the deck, and then of course most magicians would just snap their fingers, but we're too good for that. So we're just going to spread out the cards to show you that very magically, because that's the great word to use, the jokers have found the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so I kind of didn't know if I should teach this move, but I mean it's the basic sandwich move that you need to know, basically, to introduce you to sandwich card tricks and how effective they are. Okay, now if you show this to any magicians, they'll immediately know exactly how you're doing this, but it's okay, because spectators who especially spectators who know you're new to magic will love this, even though it's very basic. Maybe you're not gonna present it in the right way. I don't know, I think I could have been better presenting it. We're just gonna get to the tutorial because I don't want to talk boringly. Okay, so here's the setup that I used for this trick. Two jokers, which are my sandwich cards, go on the bottom, and that's it. All I have to do is do some shuffles, retaining those cards. Oh man, I'm really bad at this today. I don't know why I'm so bad at it. And that's it, okay? Now, all you have to do is show the deck is shuffled. I didn't spread out them face up, because then you could tell that the jokers are on the bottom, and some people might think that is fishy, some people might not care. But we're just gonna act like we don't care about the order, and we don't need to oversell. Oh look, there's a bunch of red cards together. Let's separate those so they're not in any order. Okay, don't need to oversell it, because when you overprove stuff, that's when the spectator thinks there's something fishy. Okay, look, there's nothing in my hands other than this deck of cards. Do they think there's something in your hands other than a deck of cards? Because when you ask them that, they're gonna wonder. That's when they're gonna start thinking, maybe there is something other than a deck of cards in his hands. Okay, so let's get into actually how this trick works, because I just said I don't want to talk boringly, but I am. Okay, so joker's on bottom. You pretend to mix them up, and then you're good to go. Okay, you have the spectator pick a card, in this case the King of Diamonds. Okay, if I had a spectator or table, which I don't want to do because I want to prove that you could do this as a street magic, which in my opinion, street magic is magic you don't need a table for. You could hand this to them, of course they're going to take it out and look at it, and it doesn't matter if you see it, the effect is just as powerful. And then what you would do is you would cut the cards and then say put it right there, and then you just get a pinky break and then control it to the top, retaining the jokers on the bottom. Okay, so all I did was I basically did a one-handed cut, put their card like that, put the jokers right on top of it, and that's important because if you didn't do that, then the jokers would not be on the bottom still after you do your double undercut, which most people should know how to do that. It gets it to the top, and the jokers stay on the bottom. Okay, so once again, you have them take their cards, you cut the cards, and okay, so you let the spectator take out the card, maybe sign it if you're letting them sign it. You give the cards a one-handed cut, or you would probably cut the cards and then you put it in with their card sticking out, just like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then you push it in while pushing down, and that makes it break. That's obviously exaggerated. You don't want it that big. More like something that big. Okay, and then you just double undercut, which is very easy to do, bringing their card to the top, and the two jokers stay on the bottom. Okay, and you obviously don't show their card on the top, but you know what's on top. Then you introduce the jokers, and these jokers usually they'd be on the table face down, and then you'd introduce them, but it doesn't matter. You introduce them as you're getting a pinky break. A pinky break over the, why can't I do it? Yeah, there we go. Pinky break over the top card, well, under the top card. How I do that, you can do a pinky count, which I can't do. You just do a pinky push off, which you just push over one card, and for some reason I cannot push over one. I always push over two. There we go, and catch a break. So pinky push off, that's two cards again. What? Oh no. The cards are sticking together. Okay, so get a pinky push off. Well, I break under the top card, which is their card. Then you introduce the jokers. Then you count them off, just saying. So the jokers are gonna help me, and then you put that on top of the break. And then you pick up all the cards above the break. So you're picking up 3 cards, and then you spread them out. Do it again, but this time I like to keep them spread out, and that just sells the look that there's nothing in between the cards. Okay, and then say they're gonna help me find the card, and you can do one of these productions if I can even get in the right position to do it. Fly. Okay, one of these. I don't know if you could even see that. One of those productions if you really wanted to, but all I did was, it was easier for Street Magic, is just put it in, spread out the cards. Now, lame magicians would be just, alright, that was bad snap. Why can I not snap right now? Why am I not doing anything correct? And why is there so many cards right when I start filming? Okay, you snap your fingers and the magic happens, okay? Don't be that magician, please. Really milk the moment. I like to say the jokers are gonna do it by themselves. I don't even have to do anything. And if I actually spread the cards out correctly, the joker comes, the jokers show, boom, there's one card in between them, King of Diamonds, their card. Okay, that was a tutorial. That was a tutorial with the Tally-Ho playing cards. I don't know why I had to say that, but I apparently had to. Okay, bye. See you in the next video. Okay, bye.